everyone, welcome to Commander Pop Culture. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe so you'll be notified of future content. I definitely predicted, I'll have to play it back.
Because of this card, the set will have a lot of record firsts. I predict the highest sealed prices until the ring is found, the most sealed products ever opened, and more importantly, the most worthless singles in history.
So I know all the big hubbub is all these serialized cards and surge foils going for insane prices. People talk about the buzz of the one ring going for $2 million plus, and now we got serialized solar rings going for 13 grand, and then we got all kinds of other serialized cards based on the number that's associated with them affects the price. Obviously, number one, straight line numbers like 111, 222, so on and so forth, and like more immature stuff like 69.
That's what she said.
And 420 obviously fetches you a bigger price. And then the surge foils are also going for insane prices. But what people aren't talking about is how this is affecting the set in general and what everything else goes for. So just on this page alone, after all the coverage I did from my previous evaluation of these cards, they were double in price, and it was just like some of these cards were just a week ago that they went down in price. Like the one ring I think I covered in my first 1 through 25 video, it was going for like 40 to 50 bucks, and here we are. Look at that graph. Due to, I guess, these chase cards of surge foils, which I didn't know was going to be a thing until recently, it has caused all the borderless cards to be even more worthless because there's a lot more than what I expected to be printed. I thought they were just going to get Reggie foil versions and borderless, like non-foil versions, but no. We got to have the surge foil ones. If you haven't heard me complain about foiling lately about cards, is they're garbage. They're Pringles. And I don't know about you, but the surge foil adds like this like stupid wavy layer that I can't really make out the image. Maybe that's just a dumb complaint of mine, but it takes away from the card. And I don't know why you would want to keep throwing money at a system that has been crapping their bed making Pringle cards for as long as I can remember. I think since post Dominaria, not I'm talking OG Dominaria. That was the last set where foils were decent, and now we've got what we've had, and quote unquote it's the player's fault for keeping their cards in moist environments. But like I don't, that should be expected. Like not every climate is arid like Arizona. Like that's just asinine to be just blaming people on the moisture levels and the places that they live. Like WotC's home base is in Washington State, probably one of the most humid states, the wettest states in the country, and it's the player's fault for not maintaining their cards in a proper condition. But I digress. In one of my videos, I mentioned there's going to be 3 things that happen because of the surge foils, the serialized cards, and the one ring. And basically, it's just soaking up all the demand of this set. All these good cards are just falling out of the wayside, and it's influencing their prices. So because people are so, I don't know how to put it politely, but the average person is an idiot with their money. They're just trying to make an easy buck. I mean, why wouldn't you be a lord if you're hearing about cards selling for 13 grand or seeing other serialized soul rings? I can't believe people are paying that much for a friggin' soul ring. You get that for a penny in some places. And then surge foils, these Pringles for $500+. It's like, why? Why? Even I have my limits. Like I have an expensive collection, but like I need to have some kind of meaning associated with that price tag. And for $1,000+, I'd rather buy reserve list cards. I'd rather buy a Time Twister or Bazaar Baghdad or Tabernacle. It just doesn't make sense to me that people spend their money the way that they do. So depending on who you are, if you're just a player first, seeing these downfalling prices is quite exciting. I'm a player first and a collector second, and it excites me to see cards to be affordable and easy for players to have access. Like, don't get me wrong, $20+ for a single card is still kind of spendy, but comparatively to a week ago, these were going for $40, $30, and now we're in the teens. Like, I organized the TCG player list based on price from high to low, and the highest thing that's not a surge foil or a serialized card is $26. And if you notice a trend here, the Reggie ring here is worth more than the borderless one all the way to the right here. So what does that mean?
I thought you'd never ask.
People are chasing that one ring, that $2 million+ lottery ticket, and they're opening a certain product more than the other. So you can only get the one ring in the bundle packs, and you can get them in the collector boxes. What do you think everyone's buying more than the regular boxes? Those two products. And hence why the supply is outpacing the demand. There's more borderless cards in circulation than there are regular stuff because no one's buying the regular stuff. They're just trying to hit it big. They don't tell you the odds. People are trying to flip it to make some easy money. And for those that don't get a serialized card or a surge foil, which surge foil barely helps you pick up the slack in terms of the cost of a collector box. I think collector boxes are going for $450 right now. It's insane. I've never seen a bundle go more than $40. And here they are going for $120 plus. It's insane. Because I follow this spoiler season so closely and the prices and evaluations for my videos, I have a photographic memory when it's associated with an image and something I devote time to. I wish I could apply this to things other than Magic, but it's a pretty unique superpower, if you could call it that. It helps that it hasn't been that long. The only thing in this pile of cards that's retained its value is the Orcish Bowmasters. Everything else has been just free falling uncontrollably. It's only going to keep getting lower. I think the lowest these singles are going to hit is once Commander Masters spoiler season starts, because the hype of the set will be dead, and it'll especially be dead once the One Ring is found. It might be wild for me to say this, but I don't expect a single one of these cards to be greater than $15. Just 1 week's worth of time is pretty darn telling of what's going to happen in the future. These are just the people who open their shit up earlier than they should have, or the people that have got their orders in before everyone else, because it's just the tip of the iceberg. And this is only one website. TCG Player has the most competitive prices, and you should probably only buy from TCG Player because its stores undercutting each other on a nationwide scale. There's Star City Games, there's Cool Stuff Inc., there's Card Kingdom. Some stores don't even sell through here, they have their own websites. That has influence here too. Like if cards aren't being sold, the price will keep getting lower until they do. Hence why I believe even Orcish Bowmasters and the One Ring, I see it falling less than 15 bucks. Calling my shot like Babe Ruth. I've been right so far, so.
You'll be sorry.
Watch my other videos, and you could see the prices of these things just tanking. Like Aragorn and Gandalf, these borderless versions, they were going for 30 bucks a week before the set officially releases. It's already this low, and they're not non-desirable cards. They're very good cards. Stores and players alike opening up as much products as they are. I also have a fear that people are buying these products with credit, and that's why the price is so, that's why they're falling so aggressively. It's because people are trying to pay off what they owe after missing. All these cards are flooding the market, and it's not going to stop. I never expected it to be this bad. I was going to be opened. Then again, we've never had anything like any kind of lottery like this associated with sets before, so I guess it's a good learning lesson for me, and probably a hard lesson for many others to come. After 100 cards, we're in dollar ranges, where you're paying $1 for rares and mythics. Granted, a lot of these are garbage. That's the other thing. If you haven't seen my review, there's not a lot of staples in this set. Not even the commander decks. They're not that impressive. I don't know. It's quite fascinating. Makes me think a lot about the people that are gambling, essentially, to open their serialized and surge cards so they could flip them. And they're getting stuck with all of this. And that is what's influencing this free fall of these cards. More evidence to my thought of that people are cracking more collector's boxes than regular boxes is because, like, not even the box toppers are worth anything. I expected those to fall too, but not as drastically as they are.
Here I come!
The only things that are retaining value from the box toppers are the high dollar value stuff. So, like, think Cavern Souls, the Great Henge, and I want to say Gemstone Caverns, but everything else is dropping way more radically than I thought. Here's a good example. I didn't expect it to fall double digits in price like this. I think there's so many other box toppers that are doing the same thing. I hope people have spent their money wisely. You're wondering how this can happen? Look at the quantity. 1, 1, 11, 12, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's 10 different stores. Multiply that by 10 of similar inventories. That's a lot of copies floating around, all because people are cracking the same kind of product. The demand is low because the demand is already met, and people are going to be left with a bag to cover the cost of cracking those boxes, those collector boxes, a $4.50, or God, I hope people don't buy $4.50 collector boxes, and if they paid it with credit, cracking these boxes open, they have to pay that money back somehow. So I don't know if you guys watch Rudy from Alpha Investments, but he made a video about how stores are paying via credit, expecting an easy flip. If you don't get the serialized card, and you don't get the surge foil, and all the other cards in your box are plummeting like this, how do you pay off your debt? I think we're going to be breaking a lot of banks with this set. I don't expect a lot of stores to be around after this kind of a debacle. This is just one of the 30 box toppers, with the exception of the 3 I mentioned, the ones that like had a starting price of $40 or more. Those are pretty safe. What I don't understand is why gamble with magic cards. Like, you could do this at a casino and get your dopamine instantaneously. People who benefit the most is Wizards, and I expect the demand to be so high that Wizards does more print runs of this because it's just free money. More to come. Have a good night. Bye.